back again, huh? You must really like going down the Alice in Wonderland downward spiral. Well, we're really going there. Yep, that's right, buckaroo. It's my review of patch 7.1. Hey guys, Lulu here. I do hope you're having a shit day. So yeah. Oh, did I mention I got my Hogwarts invitation from Wook La Mao? Well, like that one person you can't be arsed to respond to on Twitter I put that sucker on did not read. Well, for about a month. Oops. Like someone with ADHD, I forgot I left them on mute all this time. Most peaceful time in my life. That was until my patrons, who like to see me suffer, reminded me to review this patch. The little shits. Patreon link down below. It's free to join. Thanks for the support. It literally keeps me alive. So, like the captain of the Titanic, I'm going down with the ship and I ain't dying alone. You're coming with me, babe. So saddle up. You've got a first-class seat. I know it sounds like I'm going in with my guns locked and loaded and ready to blast anything furry and annoying. But seriously, I'm actually going to give it a fair tickle. Oh, that's right. If you haven't seen it yet, I did a review of Dawntrail, so go and check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Spoiler, I went fucking hard on it. Okay, with that horse and fart out of the way, let's do this shit. So it starts with Wook La Mao inviting you back to the capital to catch up as it's been a while. God help me. Please, for the love of God, don't notice me. Oh shit. Anyway, she asks what you've been up to and why you've not been in touch. Shit, think of an excuse. Perfect! Anyway, Wook calls together the Scooby Gang to organize a funeral for the recently passed on Queen's Fiend. Whilst Uber Danger and Street Cred are getting an actual holiday, hopefully we'll catch up with them later. So since the Queen passed, it's left the Alexandria population lost without her. It's left them divided on whether to stay and make it work or go back with Wookiee Baby, where they'll have to give up their modern, futuristic lifestyle. Jesus, I'd miss my freaking coffee machine too much. It's a Simon Cowell no from me.
No.
Forgive me, Father, for I have simped. Sorry, got caught off guard there. Okay, the funeral. Timu Severus Snape does his speech on how cool the Queen was. Then we get a surprise visit from a balding David Beckham and a level 10 twink. Guess what Wookiee Baby tells us next? That's right, 10 points to fucking Gryffindor. We're taking the hobbits to Isengard and checking in with Jar Jar Binks Jr. Apparently he needs help to find his mother. Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. Because that plot hole no one really cared about needs exploring. And you know us, we're like Bob the fricking Builder, and of course we'll fix the world's problems no matter what. Man, we need to start charging for this charity work we're doing here, I swear.
Hold up.
I just realized we pay to do charity work with a subscription, you fiendish devil Yoshi P. So we go along with it. JJB suggests we go ask around and see if we can find his mom. Turns out we might find some info in the dungeon, which is fucking badass, by the way. It's at this point I'm thinking to myself, finally, some combat after an hour or so of cutscenes. I swear, whoever designed this dungeon is 100% a Eve from Stellar Blade Booty Simp. I know because I am one too. It looks lifted straight out of the game. It's fucking awesome! It's like one of those ancient human underground science bases. It's one of the best dungeons they have made in years, and the boss fights are really cool too. I know what you're thinking looking at this gameplay. What the hell? Lulu plays a warrior? My guy, it's because I don't want to go into a dungeon and make a fool of myself. There, I've admitted it. I can just tank all the mechanics and stay alive. Anyway, we kill the fucked up bunny and boss, and that's when we have our celebrity TV psychic moment and a vision comes to us from the beyond. We see a vision of Jar Jar Binks Sr. talking to someone who might be the little guy's mom. I mean, it is the only other lizard I've seen in these parts, so surely right. Side note, here's my thoughts so far. I know this is normal for Final Fantasy XIV, but we're on the cusp of hitting 2025 and we still don't have full voice acting for cutscenes. I don't know if you can relate, but for me I struggle to get immersed when we have a really cool cutscene which is voice acted. Then the characters go back to fumbling around like a constipated mime artist, nodding heads at each other like Team America. It comes across as cheap, especially for a AAA game developer. It looks bad, even more so when you consider that this game is also one of their top earners financially too. Please tell me I'm not the only one feeling this way about cutscenes in this game. I mean, I'm not crazy, right? Until this point, it has been me just walking from cutscene to cutscene, so it does become quite monotonous fast. It is something Final Fantasy XIV has struggled with for quite a few years. Well, since it began back in 2013. You know me, baby cakes. I'm not going to just whine about it without offering a solution. Well, here it is. How about we break up gameplay with something more interactive? For example, have the NPCs talk to us whilst we're traveling somewhere or doing something quest related. And no, before you start, I'm not talking about fetch quests here. Those suck ass. You know it, I know it. Hell, even Asmongold knows it. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but bear with me. You remember back in the day when playing Final Fantasy IX or X, the cutscenes were a reward for grinding your way through the game. In Final Fantasy XIV, they feel like a fucking punishment. I'd honestly vote for less cutscenes and more interactive gameplay. Would you agree? I want to see what you little shits think about that one down in the comments below. Okay. Back to the story. Right, where were we? Oh yeah, apparently the latest problem is that the people who wish to leave Solution 9 to go to Waklamao's city can't because the train tracks only go halfway there. So they'd have to walk on foot the rest of the way. Oh yeah, more importantly, Erinville has new drip. Oh Jesus, I can't do this anymore. This MSQ story is so fucking unbelievably boring. I would literally rather watch dubbed anime in English, and you know how unbearable that is.
Yeah. I couldn't have felt better.
Right, I've been hearing good reports about the Alliance raid quest, so let's take a break here and go do that instead. Can anyone guess why? Well, what the shit? Estinian's stunt double is here and he's lost his memory from taking too many falls, it would seem. So a random Gungan runs in and tells us about a shade of king, what's his name, attacking people and causing mischief. So off we go with the stunt double to investigate the reports of... What the fuck is that? Holy anime girl, what is she wearing on her hands? Okay, so the dev team are high on their own farts again, it seems. I like it. Strap in, folks. Turns out Pink Anime, Sunder Girl, and King What's His Name Again are under the control of some spooky spirit. And like Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Gang, we'll have to go and unmask the real villain. Oh, I wonder what the armor sets look like. Well, I guess they went for that Witcher TV series testicle armor inspiration. Man, are these sets fucking ugly. Well, enough talking, let's go and take a look. So, from what I recall, this raid is based upon Final Fantasy XI, a PlayStation 2 MMO which came out in 2004. Holy Jesus, okay. The raid encounter team always delivers, don't they? This looks absolutely fucky-ducky amazing. Remember when I said Alice in Wonderland earlier? Well, this is what I meant. Just look at it. First boss straight out of the gate is the pink-haired anime girl with the huge boxing gloves. Whilst I do think she looks absolutely ridiculous, her aesthetic does make a lot of sense now considering where she is from. The fight did give a lot of challenge with some interesting new boss mechanics never seen before. I found it was very easy to pick up the fight on the go, which I must admit felt very satisfying. A very impressive start to the raid. Let's hope they can keep it up. Oh shit, that is one big dragon. Why do I get the feeling we're gonna get tail swiped in this one? Yep, I fucking called it. So far so good. The fight seems well made and quite easy to follow. What in the World of Warcraft vanilla? We straight up have Onyxia ads. As they said back in the day, many whelps, left side. Handle it. Turns out I didn't handle it. Fuck. 10 out of 10 would do it again. So, I'm not going to show the rest of the instance as I have the attention span of a mosquito in front of a traffic light. And before you think it's because I died a lot, quiet you cheeky little shit. Seriously, I don't really want to spoil it for you. Surprisingly, I will say the story and raid content really outshine the MSQ by a large margin. So now comes the part of what I think of the patch so far. I went back and played a little more of the MSQ to see if it picked up a little. Admittedly it did, and Kawana got his moment. But it is very short. As a whole, it did feel quite underwhelming. If you like the MSQ of Dawntrail, it's just more of the same. Guys, I'm not gonna like her no matter how hard you try. It's a tempting Stockholm syndrome at this rate. Maybe I'm being a whiny little bitch. I can't tell anymore. So, as always, it depends what you play Final Fantasy for. If it is for the story and MSQ, it's probably not worth coming back just yet. I'd recommend holding off until the next patch. If you're into combat though, then absolutely, it's worth it. I will say the people who are responsible for the glamour literally shot an arrow to the knee of that Alliance raid. For me, personally, I think it's an okay patch, but I'm sure many like me are waiting for the next Eureka-style content, as there really isn't anything to sink your teeth into at the moment. Unfortunately, I have to mention that WoW's latest expansion just had a huge patch release, which has a new island that has the Eureka-style content many yearn for. The ironic thing about it is that the War Within hasn't been out as long as Dawntrail has, and it's pushing good content out like this. It's meant to be awesome too. Shit, I never thought I'd be praising WoW. I think Final Fantasy might have a content cadence issue. These long waits with little to no content might hurt it in the long run. We shall see. I love Final Fantasy and want it to succeed and be the best MMO around. I can't help this feeling though, like the developers have become uninspired. It feels that way sometimes. Before I go on a 1-hour rant, I'll close out here. If you've watched this far, just want to thank you for having a healthy attention span. Oh, before I forget, I am running a giveaway for these limited edition stickers. Link is below in the pinned comment if interested. Also, thanks once again to my patrons. It's free to join and vote on my next video. But not only that, there are also saucy pictures, etc. for subscribers. Well, that's all from me. See you later, little shit.
But I don't want you to go.
You'll be all right, darling.
Bye,
Listen.
Jumpy. Bye-bye.
I'll call your mother.
Thank fuck that's over.